Welcome to Movie Magic 96, your one-stop shop for all things movies. From reviews to unboxings and collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema. Now, let's roll the film. Today we're talking about a film I grew up watching titled Lords of Dogtown. If you love skateboarding, California culture, or underdog sports stories, stay tuned. Lords of Dogtown tells the true story of the legendary Zephyr Skate Team, also known as the Z-Boys, and how they revolutionized skateboarding in the 1970s. The film was directed by Catherine Hardwicke before going on to direct the massive hit Twilight. Unfortunately, like many skateboarding films, it struggled at the box office. It grossed about $13 million worldwide against a $25 million budget, making it a financial disappointment despite its cult following. The film stars John Robinson as Stacy Peralta, Victor Rasuk as Tony Alva, Emile Hirsch as Jay Adams, and Heath Ledger as Skip Engblom. There are also some great supporting appearances and cameos throughout, including Johnny Knoxville, America Ferrera, Jeremy Renner, and more. One thing I've always loved about this film is how it showcases the completely different skating styles of the three main Z-Boys. Jay Adams skates with pure aggression, rooftop runs, knocking over trash cans, and causing chaos. He skates like he has nothing to lose. Stacy Peralta is more calculated and technical, trying to stay sharp, focused, and composed. And Tony Alva, he's fearless. There's that intense downhill scene where he bombs a hill and barely beats the traffic light. A moment that always reminded me of the ending of The Fast and the Furious, except this time there's no car protecting him. The movie was shot on 35mm and 16mm film to give it that gritty 70s aesthetic. The heavy film grain is intentional. If you've never seen it before, just know it's supposed to look like that. Personally, I love the stylistic choice. It makes it feel raw and authentic. Even though skateboarding dates back to the late 1950s, surfing was still king in 70s California. The Z-Boys brought surf style to concrete, carving empty pools like waves. There's a scene where Skip and the locals are shooting the pier, which was a real risky surf culture tradition at the time. It perfectly captures that rebellious California energy. As a kid, I thought the whole culture was the coolest thing on earth. The clothes, the music, the rock star lifestyle, it all felt iconic. Heath Ledger absolutely steals scenes as Skip. He plays him as this chaotic, passionate, slightly unhinged surf shop owner. The voice, the mannerisms, everything feels authentic. But for me, Emile Hirsch delivers the strongest performance among the young cast. His portrayal of Jay Adams feels raw and emotional, especially considering Jay's rough upbringing, including his mom's struggles with addiction. The real Z-Boys had 12 official members, but the film wisely focuses on the core group to keep the story tight. One thing that appears to be fictionalized is Stacy Peralta dating Kathy Alva and then later on Jay. There's no evidence that the relationship happened in real life, and it doesn't add much to the story, so I could personally do without it. The film also does a great job showing how skateboarding evolved, from small contests with barely any spectators to major competitions in full arenas with ramps and packed crowds. What makes the story compelling is how differently their lives turned out. Jay Adams struggled with addiction and legal issues throughout his life. Stacy Peralta became the clean-cut face of skateboarding and later a hugely influential filmmaker and entrepreneur, and Tony Alva leaned into the rock star persona, fame, fights, partying, and became one of skateboarding's first true celebrities. The soundtrack is phenomenal and absolutely elevates the film. They clearly spent a bunch of money on music, and I'm glad they did. Songs include Voodoo Child by the Jimi Hendrix Experience, I Just Want to Make Love to You by Foghat, Iron Man by Black Sabbath, Fire by the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent, Brandy You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass, Suffragette City by David Bowie, Old Man by Neil Young, Maggie May by Rod Stewart, and during the credits, we get a cover of Death or Glory by Social Distortion. The music perfectly captures that rock and roll 70s energy. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's the performances, maybe it's the soundtrack, but for me, this is still the best skateboarding movie ever made. Now, that bar might be low because we haven't gotten many great skateboarding films, but this one stands out. Is it a masterpiece? No, but I still love it. I'm giving Lords of Dogtown a 3.5 out of 5. What do you think of Lords of Dogtown? Let me know in the comments down below. And a huge shout out to Brian from B-Dubs Movie Hub for gifting me this film for my birthday. I really appreciate it, dude. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thanks so much for everything, and go check out Lords of Dogtown today.